Thank you for listening to another edition of MAEG Radio. I am your host, Nicholas Zimmerman, aka the Honorable Black Entrepreneur. Today's date is January 14th, 2025. Time now is about 8:05 p.m. Location is Elmira Correctional Facility. Okay, so I had my assistant play a TV show for me, Empire State Weekly, which was aired on January 3rd, 2025, hosted by John Gray and Jamie DeLine. Um, it's an upstate New York TV show or news show, and they had a lawyer on this show named Andrew Safranko. He is an attorney at LaMarche Safranko Law Firm in Albany, New York. Apparently, he's defending the officers that killed Robert L. Brooks. We're going to move past the fact that I don't believe that they should have any defense at all. I think they should be found guilty without a trial. That's just my opinion. However, everyone is entitled to a trial, even people that kill people in handcuffs, defenseless, kill them dead, and then wake them up and then kill them again. I guess these are the type of people that we give a trial to and we give lawyers to. Nonetheless, let's move past that. So during this interview, what do we find out? We find out that these officers are now defendants in other matters, that they have other cases pending against them for, I assume, I don't know yet, but I assume for assaulting prisoners. Usually, when lawsuits are brought against correction officers, it's for some type of harassment, violation of a prisoner's constitutional right, assaulting them, beating them up. Uh, so, if they do have lawsuits pending against them, it's safe to assume that these are the charges. We also found out that the Attorney General has recused herself in this case. She has appointed Special Counsel William Fitzpatrick, Onondaga County. We also find out that Kathy Hochul said too much time has passed in which these guys have not been charged with any crime, and they're still roaming around the streets. And a couple more things come out during this interview that 4 officials have been terminated so far, and there is no official cause of death from the medical examiner's office. Now, let's move into the merits of this interview. John Gray asked him, hey, do you guys normally negotiate behind the scenes for plea deals? And Mr. Andrew Safranko says, sure, we always do that. There's always a possibility of avoiding a criminal prosecution or lessening the criminal penalty in cases. He says, it said, for example, if one of the officers was willing to give up their career, they may not face any jail time, or they may face less jail time. He said, but now since this is national news, and everyone is involved and everyone's looking at the case, we can't do that. This is his exact words. So let's start with this. I know that this man is not an official representative of the state of New York. I understand that he's a criminal defense attorney for the defendants. I understand that he's not speaking on behalf of the prosecution team in this case. However, what is important here is that even in the face of a murder that was caught on videotape of more than 12 people beating a man to death in handcuffs on national news, killing him, reviving him, and then killing him again, this man is still talking about the possibility of working out a deal with the district attorney's office if they would just give up their careers. This is what he said. This is not what I said. This is what he said during this interview. Again, he's not speaking on behalf of the prosecution. However, you have to pay attention to what this man is saying. He's saying if this wasn't national news, if the whole world wasn't watching this, if they didn't see this video, that there would be a possibility, even though this man was killed in handcuffs, there would be a possibility of avoiding criminal prosecution if they just give up their careers. What this man has said right here on this show should be given great attention. It should not be ignored, because he's telling you how the system works. He's telling you deals that he has made behind the scenes on behalf of corrupt correctional officers in the past. This is what he's testifying to right here in your face. Go and watch the video for yourself. Again, keep in mind, There was a young black man that was killed in handcuffs, and he's saying that there would be a possibility of them never going to jail had this not made it to national news. But because now the whole world has seen it, he can't do this for his defendants. Again, this is a lawyer. This is an insider. This is a person that deals with the district attorney and the government on a daily basis. He is telling you how this thing works. No matter if they killed a black man or not, no matter if they killed a white man or not, there's always a possibility that we could get them off. That's what he's telling you right there in that interview. Let's move on. He also talked about the fact that the video may not be admissible in court. He said, let's see if this video even makes it to the courtroom. Let's see if this video will even be admissible. Again, pay attention to what this lawyer is telling you. In other words, what he's saying is we're all sitting around a round table trying to come up with a way to make sure this video never makes it into the courtroom. And if it doesn't, guess what? These guys are almost guaranteed an acquittal. You got to read between the lines of what interviewing these type of people. You can get into their head to see what strategy, what legal strategies they're going to come up with to try to get this case dismissed. Why on God's green earth would this video not be admissible in court? Again, it was caught on government cameras. It's not caught on a civilian's camera where there's a possibility where, they could tamper with the videotape or tamper with the audio or tamper with the evidence. This was caught on government cameras. So why would it not be admissible? Why would that even be a question? Why would this lawyer even be thinking about the possibility that this tape may not come into court? Again, pay attention to what they're telling you, America. They all sitting around a round table saying, how are we going to get these guys off? This is why they ain't been charged yet. They trying to figure out how they going to get them acquitted before they even charge them. Let's move on to some other things he said. He said, there should be no rush to a prosecution because there's no statute of limitations on murder. There says no statute of limitations here, so what are we rushing for? Why are we rushing to prosecute them? There's no statute of limitations. Check him out, right? I guess he forget that there was a young black man killed in handcuffs in front of the world. Maybe we should rush. Maybe we should just rush to a prosecution. For that reason alone, forget about statute of limitations. Forget about legal technicalities. Maybe we should rush for a prosecution just to show the other correctional officers, if you do this, you're going to jail. I guess that point was lost on this man. So let me tell you why they're not rushing. Because they want to let the public's attention die down on this situation. A year or two from now, guess what? People may not even be riled up for Robert Brooks anymore. A couple other people might get killed in the interim, and then by the time you think about Robert Brooks, just another dead black man, right? Keep in mind, these guys were allowed to enjoy their holidays with their family, their New Year's celebrations, while Robert Brooks was dead. Still no charges. They also claim they're waiting for the medical examiner's report before they could bring charges against these guys. Again, that's laughable, right? Medical examiner. You need a medical examiner to tell you why this man was killed? You need a professional to tell you why this man was killed? The whole world could see right there on videotape why this man was killed. But you need a professional expert to say, okay, he died because of this reason. How many people are in jail right now where they didn't even find the body? They don't even have a dead body, but these people were charged with murder. You can't have a medical examiner's report if you don't have a dead body, right? But there's people serving 25 years to life without a dead body with no medical examiner report. So you don't need a medical examiner report. And even if you was waiting on that, right? In the interim, you could still charge these people with assault, first-degree assault, gang assault, second-degree assault, because that's what's shown on that videotape. Punching this man repeatedly in his head, in his body, kicking him in his groin, kicking him in his face, wiping the blood off his face, and then beating him some more. That's what's shown. So there's clearly enough evidence for first-degree assault, if for nothing else. If you want to wait for the medical examiner's report for murder later on, that's fine. But you definitely have enough for first-degree assault. And no one has been charged yet. This attorney also said we need to find out what's happening. Why did this all happen to him before we rush to judgment? He used the words rush to judgment. He said, let's find out why this all happened. We rush into judgment. It's irrelevant why this happened. It's irrelevant what happened before this, after this. All we need to know right now is what we seen on that videotape, and that's it. And we seen a murder in cold blood on videotape. He said that one person may be more culpable than the other, meaning that we don't know which blow killed him. There were so many people punching him, we don't know which one killed him. So who we going to charge with murder? That's what he said. He said this blow might have killed him, or that blow might, or this kick might have killed him. So one person may be more culpable than the other one. And since that's the case, we don't know who to charge with murder. Isn't that funny? But guess what? Do you guys remember the case of Junior Guzman Feliz in the Bronx, where Jennifer Lopez was advocating for those guys to be convicted of the murder of this young man that was stabbed in the Bronx by 7 different gang members? Do you remember that case? Guess what? They all got charged with murder. No one sat there to think about which knife wound killed them. Oh no, this knife killed him or that knife killed him. Nope. They all got charged with murder. The district attorney didn't care in that case which knife killed him, right? Or which stab killed him. No one thought about that in that case. So why are we thinking about that in this case? You got to understand how they're trying to sweep this entire case under the rug right before your eyes. You got plain evidence of a murder on videotape of a defenseless young black man in handcuffs that's not putting up resistance, that's not putting up a fight. And these guys are still walking around the street free. No charges. Last thing, the lawyer said we can't unring the bell once the videotape is out. That's what he ended with. He said, well, once now that this videotape is out, we can't unring the bell. The whole world has seen it. Seems like he had a problem with the attorney general putting this videotape out. Seems like he's saying, had they not put this videotape out, maybe the world would have never knew about this. Maybe we'd have blamed it on some gang members in the jail. We'd say, hey, yeah, the Bloods killed him. Yeah, they jumped on him. Nah, that wasn't our officer. We found him like that. Yeah, when we walked in the room, yeah, he was all beat up, bloody, he was dead. The Bloods killed him. That's what it sounded like that lawyer is saying to me. Seemed like he got a problem with the attorney general releasing evidence to the American public about what's going on in their jails. Not to say that the attorney general was any good. You already heard what I had to say about her. She was put in a position where she had to release the videotape because there was a whistleblower saying that they was going to make it hot if she didn't. But if it wasn't for that whistleblower, we would never know what happened to Robert L. Brooks. That's a fact. I want all my viewers and listeners to go over and listen to this interview on Empire State Weekly and pay close attention to what this lawyer is telling you. Do not ignore what he's saying. It is not a joke. It is serious. Everything that he's saying lets you know they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. And if you don't agree with that, agree with the fact that these guys are not in jail yet. They haven't been charged with anything. It's been more than 30 days since this man been dead. On videotape, in handcuffs, not resisting. This man is in a box right now, and these guys are probably at some local club or pub drinking beer with their friends, laughing and celebrating about it. You know these guys move up in rank in their Proud Boys gang when they kill a black man. They probably gave him the general position for this. Thank you for listening to another edition of MAEG Radio. I will continue to update you as the facts emerge.